Welcome to another part of Daxter, in which we're now doing literally the final level of the game, Prison. First, I'm going to show you how much we've got so far. I mean, we're nearly done here. We only have the 1,000, which is the very maximum of all these precursor orbs. And yeah, then we're done. So, Prison's interesting because it literally is where Jack is. We're inside the prison area of, where Jack is being, completely injected with dark eco to the brim. And, yeah, it's all about stealth here, because you get caught by any of these anything got to catch you, like see you or anything. If you touch them, they kill you instantly. Like so. So you have to be very cautious around here. So first of all, around here we have a nice little zoomer here just parked for us. Right across the tunnel, in which we're about to go into another chase scene. Yes, we're gonna be chased again. And this time we'll be chased by a Crimson Guard and a Zoomer. How appropriate. First of all, we got the orb right here, which is just off in the side, and then go on forward. Okay, so now all we have to do is just drive. Don't stop driving, just keep going. So yeah, this one's easier because, you only have to dodge left and right, honestly. The game gives you a lot of boosts to go for this one. However, I believe if you fail once in any of this, Crimson God will catch up to you and you will fail instantly. So this one does not give you much leeway to, mess up. But luckily there's enough room for you not to mess up, so you shouldn't really mess up once throughout this. It's pretty easy, honestly. Once you get past this, the last time you do a chase scene, so be glad about that at least. That this is the last chase you have to deal with in the entire game afterwards. So yeah, that's about it for this chase, and now we can get on with the actual level. Just have to... Yeah, here we go. Okay, so make sure you didn't miss any of these precursors, by the way, which you shouldn't have. And get over to this exit over here, which, by the way, no point going back, just go forward. There's nothing back there. Okay, so... Now we're going to go through some more stealth, which the entire level is based around stealth. But in order to get to this part... we have to go behind from this side into that vent. Inside the vent will be a few precursor orbs and some more enemies to get some more gems. By the way, to get out you have to wait a little bit and then, do this. Which if I do, I can get some gas here, which is nice. But yeah, that goes forward from here on out. And that part over there, what's going to be happening is I'm going to have to time myself just right with so many things. It's going to be annoying, that one. And you have to go for it twice, which the second part is much more annoying, and you're probably going to get fucked over because of some desync issues. But, yeah, right now, inside this little area here are a bunch of these pricks. One of them, obviously, being the bastards that will zap you like assholes. So, be careful of that. Kill all the enemies around here, grab all their gems, and then fly about and get yourself some precursor orbs, as well as an item for that little minigame thing. Which, by the way, these are the last of the items, too, for the minigame. This is the last of everything. Don't miss anything. Grab it all. I mean, obviously, you're going to have to be careful because the game is going to be making you miss on purpose for no fucking reason, which is kind of weird, but, See, that... I should have gone that, but for some reason... I just phase right through it. It's weird. The hit spots for these ones are weird. Be careful of that. You kind of have to, like, rush against the zoomer part here. The zoomer body. It's dumb. But once you know that, you just brush against it and, you stay safe throughout the whole thing. You got the stuff. You're done. Okay, so now we can leave, in which we're going to be going through the circle area, where there are, like, a few jail cells around. And we have to go and search for every single one of them because it will either contain a precursor orb, an enemy, or even the exit to actually move on forward. Now the biggest problem with this is obviously the guard, because the guard, he's going to be circling around and so we got a good pace that's a little bit faster than you, in fact, and it's going to fuck everything up. So yeah, it's a small area, he'll be circling around pretty easily, and the worst part is that as he circles about, he will easily screw you over if you are not fast enough. And the worst part is that you can't really tell where he is, so you're going to have to kind of guess from these footsteps, which the footsteps aren't very good, so yeah, by sound, it's a bit of a pain in the ass to know where he is. Not only that, but there are very little good hiding spots to actually not get caught here. You kind of have to hide behind this edge of the bed, and then you have to sort of, like, see him in a way, which the best way to do that is to just, like, phase your view through the bed. Now, I know the intended way is to hide under the bed, but one thing is you kind of get a bit slow, and the thing is, the way this is paced, you need a lot more speed than what they give you here. Because, yeah, once you get out, like, he's already halfway through the circles. You have to go around the whole thing or whatever to avoid getting caught. Here's the opening, by the way, that lets us continue on the level. We are going to be coming back and getting the stuff, don't worry. There's another enemy to get, in fact, so don't worry about that. And the middle jail cell, the third one that I didn't go for as well, that's empty. Don't bother going there. It's a trap, essentially. But yeah, here's some more enemies. Take them out. There's 2 enemies up on these side areas, and the middle area here is our way forward. And we'll be going to another little area the game's going to be throwing at us, which is kind of obnoxious, honestly. It's really annoying, these fucking Crimson Guards, because you can't fight the Crimson Guards in this one. Like, at all. If the Crimson Guard sees you, if you even touch Crimson Guard, you are instantly dead. Like, they zap you immediately. You can't harm them. You can't do shit to them. They just fucking kill you outright. One hit. So Crimson Guards in this game are bullshit. Crimson Guards suck, but you already know how much of a joke they are in Jak 2. Well, this is the only time they're ever actually a threat in this game, honestly. The Crimson Guards are otherwise a joke in every other Jak game, and you'll be happy about that because these guys are obnoxious to get through in this one. Yeah, there he is. The last enemy is right over here. I take care of him, but then I tried looking around for stuff, and I couldn't, and I died. And even though I got the precursor orb there, I didn't know the guy was... Yeah. You see how fast he turns around that circle? Not enough time to really fuck around, honestly. And it's such a small room, it's hard to actually see what is around and such, so it's a pain in the ass. Now it's time for this bit, where you have this little sideways area. We see you can't really move your camera anymore. And the thing is, you can barely see where the Red Crimson Guards are. And the problem is, you have to, because they're going to be patrolling around here as well. And the thing is, like before, if they see you die, now you're thinking, hey, those rooms are here as well. Maybe if I go inside the room and hide under the bed, the guy won't see me and I'll be surviving. No. Even though in the circle area, you were fine because it was just the circle area. You can hide under the bed and that's fine. You can't do that here because you try to hide under the bed like I do here. He will see you regardless, like fucking so. Also, you can't hide in the corner either. You just get pushed off. So I hide here. Also, you can't see me, right? No. Watch this. Right through the bed. So yeah, that's a bit shitty. Honestly, you're just gonna have to deal with that. And the worst part about all of this is these guys have short distance between their fucking, like, patrolling. Meaning that it will not take that long for them to fuck you up. Also, that guy will not move until you get upwards, so that's a little annoying too. You know, when you see that guy, you're now trying to, like, hide from him, but you can't. You have to get up above in order for him to stop moving. It's... This whole segment here, as well as the second segment for this bullshit, is obnoxious. It is terrible. And not only that, there are these fucking enemies around here as well, with their goddamn gems. So, you have to kill them, but you gotta remember that if you die, all those gems reset until you get a checkpoint. But until then, they do reset. So if you fucking die, and you are a little ahead, while an enemy is behind you, and, you know, you kill him before, but they respawn the gem for him there, it fucks you. It fucks you completely. Also, one of the gems just fell off the screen, but luckily it flies into my view. So, you know, this whole entire level is honestly obnoxious because the Red Crimson Guards are the worst part about this. The stealth parts are obnoxious. They're not well done. They're just bad because the syncing of the whole thing and the methodology about the whole fucking bullshit is terrible. It's poorly done in so many ways that Daxter is just not a good stealth game. It should never have gone for stealth, honestly. It's an action fucking platformer. That's what Jak 2 is, and Jak 1 is just a platformer, really. But Daxter, it incorporated stealth into this, and it doesn't work. And this level really tries to make its money on the whole stealth thing, but it fails completely. It's just a terrible fucking aspect of the game. And you gotta deal with it because, you know, why not, right? The majority of the level is just stealth. You go around, sneaking about, getting caught by Crimson Guards, and all the while trying to find all collectibles and kill all the enemies and not die, so you can keep the fucking collectibles of those gems, or else you have to go back and get all the enemies again. It's stupid. And the worst part is, these enemies can fuck you up and knock you off into a Crimson Guard and instantly kill you. And it's just not good. It's just not good at all. It's just a bad level. And it's the last level. So, that's not good. To me, this is the worst one because the implementation of stealth is just poor. You barely do any kind of real stealth. And not only that, but when it is implemented, it doesn't work. And right here in this area is where it doesn't fucking work. You got 2 Crimson Guards patrolling around in a circle, and you got this one in the middle who will every now and then switch sides. He'll look to that side or to where I am. And the problem is, you can't control any of this. Also, it's the last secret. Which this secret, if you go ahead and, you know, put the mask on, I believe it is the Jak one. Yeah, there you go, Jak mask. There you go. Here's the problem. If you actually go, like, at all throughout this, try to go around these guys, there's a good chance you'll be stuck. The reason I say this is because there'll be a guy coming forward to you from the back, and then this fucker will still be coming over here. Which means that you're kind of trapped. You're trapped between 2 Crimson Guards, and you have no choice but to fucking die. Because either you're gonna go forward and you get tapped by the guy in the middle, or you wait and the guy behind you gets ya. And the thing is, neither of them are going to let you pass. The syncing of this whole thing is fucked. And it's because the way they ordered it, they had the middle Crimson Guard go at a pace that is just poorly implemented. It's way too slow for this. For like both sides, because you will be switching back and forth between these 2 spots. Which means, this guy here, as you're moving forward, if you are going very close but I'm not touching him, there's a chance the guy in the middle will switch about and see you anyway and kill you. The timing of the whole fucking thing is just mess. And that bit there screwed me more times in my first playthrough of the game than anything else. Just trying to complete the prison is annoying. It's bad. It's a bad level. And then you get to here, in which, you know, you got this below area here and you're thinking it's like a pit so far. You know, if you fall down, you die. There's a few things that might give you a hint that's not, but you don't want to fall, right? I didn't want to fall, but guess what? You have to fall, because you fucking don't, you miss shit. But the problem is, there are Crimson Guards below you. And there's a very good chance that if you just fall down into any of these pits, they will see you and instantly kill you from above. And you can't control that. You can't really control that. You have to just get lucky, essentially, with this shit. Because the only way down is to fall down these pits, and the pits are right above Crimson Guards. Which means they can fucking get you at any time without any warning. And you can't do shit. And also, you have to rely on the wall here. Which, by the way, see that time in there? you have to be a little bit more further away from that asshole because his little hit spot is much more bigger. His box is bigger than any of the others. It's... And yeah, now I gotta wait for him to fuck off. And here's the thing. I'm gonna jump cut because I did miss some stuff. And it's below the pit. You see how these little escalators here? Well, let's go this way. And then fall down here. And then go left. I got lucky. Crimson Guards on my fucking right there. And I have to get past Crimson Guard, by the way, in order to get the other precursor off on the other side. Which, by the way, hitting me from a really far fucking distance. That's not fair. You see what I mean? The Crimson Guards here are bullshit. They can see you from miles away. But you can't. You have to guess. It's just fucked. This bit here, this whole entire fucking stealth shit in this game, with this level alone, is fucked. It is the worst part of this game. Of course, the other ones don't fucking work correctly. Yeah, don't worry. They don't do stealth anymore after Daxter, so be glad about that. Anyway, as we go back now, as we're done here, we'll begin a cutscene. So let's watch the cutscene and see what's going on with the story right now, because we're nearly there at the halfway point, which is good.
Once again, you have failed, and I must contemplate how to exact pay for your disservice.
Why is this Jack creature so important? And that annoying orange fur bag, he's nothing but a trifle.
You have no idea how important they both are to the cosmos. Daxter must not be allowed to rescue Jack. Do you understand?
I will see to it personally.
Yes, but if you fail, maybe that orange rat can still be of service.
I will not fail. This isn't over yet.
If Daxter breaks the eco-user out of prison, Jack, I can still meet them both outside, in disguise. Yes, an old man would win their confidence. I can still get what I want.
And I will get this Daxter's head.
You see, they expect you to play Jack 2 beforehand, because that would have spoiled pretty much who the villain is, right fucking there. Good thing I played from Jack 2, huh? Good thing I played for that entire game before I went for Daxter. That's kind of what they want you to do. It's Kingdom Hearts logic here, guys. It's just fucked. And the thing is, they also showed Jack 3 stuff, and we haven't done Jack 3 yet, but they only show you bits of that, and it's stuff that you wouldn't really think of when you look at that, you know? It's stuff that wouldn't really make sense to you on how it applies to Jack 3 yet. So at the very least, there's that. So yeah, you're not going to lose anything from seeing those scenes with Jack 3, because luckily they didn't tell you anything. But Jack 2, oh, they spoil so much of Jack 2 in this game. Like, you have to play Jack 2 completely before you play this one. And that's annoying because Daxter takes place in between Jack 1 and 2, but it spoils pretty much the whole fucking twist of Jack 2. It spoils, like, all the trauma of Jack 2 completely, if you even play through this game first. But you have to play through this in order to know what's going on between Jack 1 and 2. It's a fucking Kingdom Hearts dilemma. You know? Because there's shit that goes on between Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, which is fucking Birth by Sleep, right? So you have to play that game. But it spoils so much of fucking Kingdom Hearts 2. And also, that just happens. Crimson Guards are bullshit. You already know that by now. But still, you know. this game, it requires you to go through one game at least before you get through to this one. Even though it takes place before that game. It's canon-wise, it's needed, but gameplay-wise, like the whole playthrough of like its releases, it's just a complete mess. You know, if you play by with the fucking releases, you're good. If you play by canon though, you're fucked, because Daxter takes place between 1 and 2, and it spoils like half of fucking Jak 2, so. And the worst part is, at the end, its placement is honestly, I believe, at the end of Jak 2. I'm not kidding. When you see the ending cutscene, I swear to God, it's like the aftermath of the Jak 2 ending. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird how this is all paced, how this is all lined up. But much like Kingdom Hearts, once you get past the clusterfuck in the middle of the first and second games, you then get to the third game, and it's just straightforward from there on out. So, at the very least, the clusterfuck is fixed. The clusterfuck shouldn't exist at all, but it doesn't continue at least. It stops after the in-between of the first and second games. It's shit though, when you really think about it. But, you know, it's done. Oh, by the way, you gotta do this to get your precursor orbs here, and look at how fast this goes. Yeah, and then it kind of just shudders. It like stutters in the middle of these little spins, which is terrible. See? It just stops. It does it fucking twice on you. And you're thinking, wait, what? And it makes you move on instinct, and it fucks you. And not only that, I fucked myself here because I was supposed to make a good jump here, and the time of the movement screwed me, and guess what? I died. So I'm just gonna go ahead and, you know, there you go. I fucked up my jump and I died. But don't worry, just get the enemies around my left and right because they also respawn their gems. If I die around here and I grab these gems and move on forward, I'm nearly done now, by the way, because look, we're at this part now, and the thing is, I believe that there are no more of these fucking metalheads anymore. So the metalhead gems should be done now, but I missed 2. I missed 2 fucking gems because they spawned behind me in that one bit. You know what the good news is about this part? You know what's great about this part? I'm going to show you all the stuff I missed at the very least. I'm going to show you all of the gems and precursor orbs I missed in the certain levels. So, the reason is because we do get a secret, we do get an unlockable that is incredibly useful to us for what we need right now. And, yeah, we'll be using it, okay? You'll be using it in case you miss this shit, which, by the way, you will. Taker 1 will fuck you on missing at least one thing. So unfortunately, you do have to use this. You are kind of forced to. The game is just not very well programmed, honestly. There's bugs up the fucking ass. So yeah, here's this bit here, which requires you to use your fire to like move the platform around. And the problem is, there's one bit, which is in the corner, which requires you to make a certain jump that is like not even good. It's just a jump you don't want to make. It's a jump that sucks. And the problem with this jump is that it requires you to have a good amount of energy, and not only that, it requires you to just time it just right, or else you're dead. You'll see it soon. But not only that, if you continue on forward and you don't get this, you have to die. You have to die to get back to the spot where you can actually do it, because you can't get back normally. That's a bit shitty. That's a bit shit, honestly. I'm not a fan of that. I believe it's the last of the precursor orbs. There you go. That should be every precursor orb, but I missed some, so unfortunately we are 3 missing. And they were back at the Baron's Palace, so I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry for fucking that up. We could have had 100% right here, but I fucked up and I missed those 3 in Baron's Palace. Don't worry, I'll begin them soon. But right now, there is an item right there, in that corner. And to get it, I have to fucking take this route. I have to take this little moving platform here, because I can't get back there now. See? So jump cut, because we're going to be getting that item right now, and the way to get that item is to flame it all the way into, like, the halfway point, go up to the top, and then jump in the middle of it moving in order to get momentum and such to get over to this. And yeah, that's a pain in the ass, okay? It is easy to fuck that up. But once you do it, congratulations, you have gotten all of these bug items. That would have been your very last collectible. Yeah. You would be done collecting shit now. Congratulations. That means you can just go on forward and fight the boss and such. So, at the very least, you've done it. Right? Well, if we go on forward from here, look at that. See? I could have gotten it all, but I didn't.
Oh yeah, let's see what's on the tube tonight. Boring, boring. Seen it. Rerun. Hated it. Boring. I was up for that part. Whoa! Sorry, ladies. I didn't know Crimson girls took showers. Jack! I'm coming for you, buddy! Hang on! Just checking.
Daxter's a dirty boy. Anyway, now we do a fucking minigame! The last minigame of the Daxter game, which is great because this minigame sucks. Basically, you gotta go through a lot of button presses. This requires the arrow buttons, the directional pad, and the X, triangle, circle, square buttons. If you fuck up once though, you fail instantly. And the thing is, if you fail, the music dies. Just kidding, it continues playing. But the problem here is this is not increasing speed, it never gets harder. It's just a whole barrage of buttons to press. What's the problem then? Well, they want you to do this for about over a minute. Yeah, it's boring. It's just a boring, crappy minigame where you just see the button and you press it, and you have way more than enough reaction time to take care of this, and it's just... It's the worst minigame out of all the minigames in Daxter. So, there you go. The good news is, you only do this once, and you never do it ever again. After you do this, the mission's complete, and you get to fight the boss. Which, this boss fight, I honestly believe is the worst boss fight in all the Jack games. Not even a joke here. Let's see it.
Hey, sleaze breath.
Do you like killing metal bugs?
Well, there is a certain top of the food chain satisfaction to the whole.
Why don't you pick on a bug?
Your own size.
Well, technically, you are actually a lot bigger.
Alright, this is a three-phase boss. First of all, he'll be flying over to a corner and then try to, like, aim his little power fucking moves at you. Just keep moving. Eventually, he'll go into, like, a middle area. In that spot, you get out your shockwave ability and you just blow him up. And that's it. Do this 3 times, put him in half health, and because of that, he will essentially be out of his first phase. Actually, just like do anything, because this is actually gas that's popping out for some reason. And he just like goes for the gas. Also, he'll be spawning out these little like electric mine things, which are very easy to dodge, just keep moving. But that's it. If you keep moving, you'll never die. You'll never get hit once. First phase is easy. However, if you even die once in any phase, the good news is you stay in that phase. The bad news is you have to do all this shit again for that phase. You know what the problem with that is? The boss takes forever. And he's always doing the same shit. This is a final boss, by the way. And he acts just like the Queen Bugs. He is predictable, he is super easy, and he honestly is a joke compared to every other final boss in the Jack series. And I fucking mean that. Are you ready for the third phase? We're not there yet, we have one more hit to do. We have to hit him 4 times so he's at 3 health points. And then we're on that third phase, in the second phase. Which, by the way, the second phase is not a phase where you can actually damage him. It's a fucking phase that pads out the boss fight. I'm not joking. When you see the second phase, it's so dumb. Like, what the fuck's the point of the second phase? Get ready, because here we go. I'm gonna hit him right fucking down against second phase. Oh man, that was so spooky. Okay, so second phase, he laughs at you, he does more of those fucking shock mine things. Move around, eventually, like, some platforms appear or whatever, and then you have to go over to a valve and flame it. There are 2 valves, and all you have to do is just flame it. That will sink the Dark Eco. And that's it. This whole bit is just to sink Dark Eco. There's nothing else to this. You just do this for 2 valves, and that's second phase done. You don't ever damage this guy. You just do this. And once both valves are taken care of, and you go over to there, you're pretty much at the third phase already. Yeah, now you're here. So that was a great waste of fucking time there, huh? And guess what? If you die, you have to go and take those valves again. That fucking phase is terrible. And this bit's bad too. You have a finite amount of time to get through this, like, frozen fucking time frame for some weird reason, like some other fucking clanking time or whatever, in order to take damage on this guy. Which you just smack him on the head with a gem. Why on this gem? You smack his gem, the fucking, you know, your little melee attack there, and you're done for good there. But yeah, what are these things? Why are they doing this? Why are they freezing the enemy? Also, might I add, this part's annoying too because even the gas positions and such are terrible to go through. And you are timed, by the way. If you're not fast enough, these reset and you die pretty much instantly. Guess what? You do this 3 more times on all 3 of these spots, and that's it. This boss fight sucks. It's worse than the first game's boss fight. It's worse than the second game's boss fight. It's just a joke. And you beat him, and you get this as your reward. He crawls away, and he laughs. So he's still alive, right? Well, no, he's dead. He's dead. When you go over to that room on the right, he's fucking dead. And that's it. Enjoy your ending cutscene. You have now been Daxter. Here is like the weakest ending of all the games. No joke. Enjoy it. There's his dead body. We did it. We beat Daxter. Here's your fucking ending. Thanks, Jack 2.
Bring it on, butt breath! I just stopped you, didn't I?
What happens? My master will be waiting for you and Jack outside.
Outside where?
It's already written. The city will be ours.
Whoa! Gnarly! Excellent work, dude!
That's right. Heroes always find a way to get it done, no matter what the hardship.
Yeah! Well, the map here says this door was open all the time. You could have just walked in. Oh, and you left behind your sidekick's threads.
I knew that. Now I must be off for my date with Destiny. Fare thee well, my fine fan. Parting is such sweet...
Oh, now that is a heroic exit.
And that's how I saved Jack.
That's it. That's Daxter. Alright, so here's my opinion on the whole thing. For the majority of the game was fine, you know. Got a lot of your Jack 1 out of the way, you know. Got some little things with Jack 3 spewing about around, you know. But for the most part, you know, it was a good game, had its own story to go through, and it still connected it fairly well without it being like a complete utter mess. Until the last level. Oh god, the last level sucked. It literally did not need at all to spoil like more than half of the shit that Jack 2 would have. But at like the last level, they just threw it all at you. And then they give you an ending that I honestly believe is worse than the ending of Jack 2. Because at least Jack 2's ending, you know, it brings closure, you know. Sure, it feels a bit rushed and shit, but it still brings closure. Whereas this one it connects, you know, the events of this to Jack 2 at the start of it. And then they give you this whole little thing of, like, it being a story by Daxter. Which, by the way, it was a story by fucking Daxter. Wouldn't you think that he would exaggerate and really, like, make himself look like a complete badass and shit? Like, he would really go all out with this sort of thing. Make it look really cool, but it was completely underwhelming, really. Like, the whole thing was just boring, forgettable, and just crap, really. So, really, it's just poorly executed as a Daxter story, since we know what his stories are like. So, at the very beginning of the fucking game, we notice what he gives his stories like. But yeah, like, they just dropped the ball at the very fucking end, and it's just, it's noticeable, and it's terrible. there was just like nothing to it. And like all these characters you meet in Daxter, you see at the end, you see at the last cutscene, which I'm guessing is after Jak 2 maybe. But, ah man, like, you never see those characters ever again. Every new character that is introduced to this game, you never see them again. Hell, some of them I don't remember the fucking names of. I remember Osmo, and I remember that Dax is in this. But that's it. I don't remember the villain's fucking name. The main villain of the game, I don't remember his fucking name. That's pretty bad. But here's the thing, we're not done yet. We're not done, because we have to go and do cleanup now. And by the way, remember I'm with like 3 people. More people died for this game compared to Jak 2. But yeah. Now it's time to go back to some levels and clean some shit up. By the way, we're gonna teleport it over here. So, you know, that's kind of neat. We get to see the inside of the destroyed area. But we're not gonna be here for much, because no point really. So yeah, let's go ahead and use level select, which is in the cheats. Just go here, go to, see, I can't really do anything else here. Let's go to play level, and we can go to any level we've gone to already, and get everything we've missed. And we need to. So first of all, Tanker 1, which has that gem. Here's one I missed from an enemy that didn't spawn. And the other one, if you don't get the spawning enemy from this bug here, you have a shockwave. Kill this bug with the shockwave, and you get the fucking gem no matter what. See? The next one is the precursor orcs back in the Baron's Palace, which is like at the very beginning of this little maze of lasers. It's to my left. I didn't bother going here. I am sorry for not bothering to go here. I should have. Well, there you go. And lastly will be the gems I missed back in the prison, which are those enemies I killed already, but the fucking game despawned them, so you know, that sucks. Okay, so next time on the final part of Daxter, we'll be looking through the mini-game that we haven't done, the combat bug mini-game. We'll also look for all the extras and, you know, get through all that crap. And then we'll be done with Daxter, and we can move on to Jak 3, which is great, because I just want to move on to Jak 3, honestly. I want to move on to a game I actually enjoy playing. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time for the final part of Daxter.